morning, Michael. Or good evening,
Morning.
Mike. I
Good
keep
day.
forgetting. I keep forgetting what time of day it is. Good
Yeah.
evening, Michael.
It's just good day.
Workers finished for both of us. We put our feet up. We can relax. It's great.
Yeah.
It's
I'm
excellent.
just about to get on a plane to Berlin.
Berlin.
Yeah. Going there
What are you
in
doing? What are you doing in Berlin?
I'm going to just have a weekend away in Berlin.
Ah, a
So I'm
weekend
going
away.
away on a flight very soon, and then so I won't say what time of day. But it's soon. And coming back on Wednesday. So
Fantastic. So
yeah,
you're gonna
I've
have a
never
little
been.
mini holiday.
Yeah, never been. Just
Oh,
go back to the
Berlin. Berlin's fantastic. Berlin
yeah,
is fantastic
well, the
city.
good thing is we've got friends that are Austrian, so we're meeting them. So at least we've got someone who can speak the language as well. So that's quite handy as well. My
Yeah,
German, thank
they
you.
speak Austrian in Berlin.
Yes, they do.
No, we're lucky that the Austrians speak German. We're lucky. They're lucky.
Yeah,
Could you
and I'm
imagine
lucky.
if they had a slightly different language or dialect and things? It would
Oh,
be
they
very.
do. They
Well, I
they
know
do.
they do, but
When
yeah.
we went to when we went over there in the summer for a party, some other people from a different part of Austria, from like the southwest, the little bit that curves round, right in the corner, they were saying they other Austrians cannot understand a word they say, and you go,
That's because
really?
they pretend they don't want to.
Yeah, and it's their
You're
dialect.
you're not from Vienna.
Yeah.
We don't understand you
Well, I said you
at
should
all.
stop them. They're probably speaking French then, but it's just weird that they just don't understand each other. Anyway, that's totally off that.
Anyway, that's yeah. What's that
That's
got to do with what's that
yeah,
got to do
yeah.
with football, Michael?
Well, they have got football teams, haven't they? They have
Yeah,
got Red Bull Salzburg and Red Bull
they
wherever and
lost this week, didn't they?
yeah,
To Dynamo
yeah.
Zagreb,
All right.
something.
Well, at least we brought them
Um,
back in. So that's there you go. We've got a football link there.
got a football link there.
Yeah.
Now, I do want to start by congratulating you in the
Personally, oh
Aston Villa
well,
being top of the Champions
then
league table.
I would like to take all the credit because I taught Emery everything he knows.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
very
Well,
lucky to have them.
Emery knows Europe. The only time he didn't succeed in Europe when he managed Arsenal and lost in the finals to Chelsea. But
Well,
less said in Baku, less said of that than the better. Baku being in Europe, of course. Um,
yeah. And Australia being in the Eurovision Song Contest, of course. Um,
of course,
why the
nothing
hell
wrong
was
with that.
that played in Baku then?
I don't know because they
Yeah,
wanted to make it somewhere difficult for people to get to.
that's the only
In
reason,
fact,
really.
I was going to go, but it would have meant flying to Dubai, then flying from there. And by the time, I'd have been spending more time in the air than I would have done on the ground.
Hmm. Yeah,
So they were just giving tickets away in the end. I think the stadium was half
and it
full.
would have been all that to lose.
All that to lose. Yeah. Well, that's when we had Emery. Thanks a lot. And we had Petr Cech in goal, who the day after joined Chelsea as their, director of football, and
Hmm.
he let some really soft goals in. But anyway, doesn't matter.
Not that you're saying there's no
I'm not
collusion
saying
there,
this because I'm biased at all. So yes,
or bitter.
what's interesting now about the Champions League? There's yourselves, there's Man City and Liverpool in the top three places. Now it's probably not surprising because the Premier League is strong, and UEFA are probably not surprised, but UEFA must be annoyed. I mean, no Madrid at the top, no Barcelona at the top, no Paris Saint-Germain.
That could
Um,
change, though, couldn't it? That could change in
Oh
the
yeah,
fact.
so
Hey,
it's only three games. I hope it changes because Arsenal are just out ninth, and they
so
need to be
you'd
in the
have to
top
go into the
top
playoffs.
eight. We'd
Yeah.
have to enter the playoffs. But again, we're 7 points, the same as Man City,
How
but
many
Man City
matches
are
are
in the
there?
top three.
How many matches are there till they actually do the top eight?
Eight.
Okay, so we're not even halfway through
We
yet.
all play 8 games, so we've all got five more games to go. So
Yeah.
it's far from decided because I think
Yeah.
Real Madrid were losing at one point to Dortmund 2-0 and then ended up beating them 5-2.
Yeah. Yeah, bless them.
I do have a rant this week though.
No.
Yeah, I do.
Hold on. Hold on.
I
Is it a
do.
rant or a tip?
That's a rant. I'm very, very, very upset
Can't do Robin's tip, really, can it?
with
No.
the
All right.
I'm very upset with the Premier League. So 8 games in, Arsenal have had 3 red cards. If you average that out across the season, that means there's 14. So we've got another 11 to go. But again, in all three cases, I'm not disputing the red cards because according to the letter of the law, that's what should have been given. So I'll accept that. However, when you see on Saturday that Saliba gets a yellow for bringing the Bournemouth attacker down, VAR decide to step in and change it to a red. Sunday, the same incident in the Liverpool-Chelsea game when the Chelsea defender, Tosin, brings down a Liverpool striker, it's a yellow. I'm sorry, but that's not acceptable. It's one or the other, you know, and it's like the other two that Arsenal got for kicking the ball away. Again, I'm not arguing against they shouldn't have been
biased.
No, I'm not being biased, but all I'm saying is nobody else has gone off the pitch this season for kicking the ball away. And in every single game, the ball is being kicked away. Or the one that Rice was sent off for was hardly kicking the ball away. He just tapped it to the side. But they said delaying the restart, even though the defender was rolling around on the ground as if he was dead. So the restart wouldn't have started, but it doesn't matter. Again, I'm accepting it. But in the same game, a Brighton player kicks the ball away, delaying the restart for Arsenal, because I think it was a throw-in, and he doesn't even get a yellow card.
I think
so. And again, this happens in every single game. And honestly, they've got to sort this out.
Because I think a lot of it comes down to the ref doing the you've had 3 tackles, then you've one more, I'll give you the yellow now. I think sometimes it doesn't actually be that offence. It's they've had a few culinary.
No, it's cumulative. If it's I mean, Rice got his first yellow when he got sent off was for a couple of fouls. Yeah, you're absolutely right. The second one was for the little tap away. What the ref probably should have done was said to him, look, if you do anything else, you are off. But no, I'll give you a red for that. And and again, let's say it's the letter of the law, and therefore I'm accepting it as being fair. But the truth is, it's not happening in other games. And you watch any games this weekend, players will kick the ball away, delay the start in some fashion or other, and they won't even get a yellow.
Did you see that stat on? I think it's on the BBC News about red cards. Since 2015, how many red cards the winners of the league got in the season? Arsenal have got 3 already. Every other team until 2015 had less than that in the whole season. Yeah. Apart from Leicester, when they won it in 2015, they got 3. So you're actually you're doing
We're
well.
Ahead of the curve. We're winning the red card league.
You are
by a mile.
More, you'll have had the most red cards if you win.
Well,
by the
winner. We'll get one more. But actually, in every game, the 3 times it's cost us, we've lost 7 points so far. I think we're still in 3rd place or 4th or something. But it's just outrageous.
Do you think it's a conspiracy against Arsenal?
No, I don't. But there are a lot of fans that do think it's a conspiracy. I don't, because I don't believe in conspiracy theories. I just think it's just poor officiating.
I do believe in conspiracy theories because they missed Trump. I think that had to be a conspiracy theory. Surely someone wanted to not miss.
Oh, what's it? Yeah, I know. What do we say? There's more guns in America than people. There's 320 million people, and nobody can shoot straight.
No, yeah, all the barrels must be bent.
They need our British marksmen. If we're good at shooting straight. Anyway, we should probably move away from that controversial moment.
And I'll go back to Villa a bit. Look at that! Look at that for a nice picture at the stadium. That was brilliant. You didn't even watch it, did you?
It's amazing. No, I didn't watch because you haven't played anybody decent yet, have you?
That was a good game. It was actually an entertaining game. It was back to front, back to front. So
it was Bologna, wasn't it? They're a pretty good side, yeah.
Yeah, so it was a good game. And then the one other thing about Champions League, which I'll say this week, which was very impressive, was his goal.
Oh,
Haaland's
I've not seen it. I didn't
Oh, you've
manage
got
to
to see
watch
it.
it.
It was basically he's come across like that, but all those that can't see, it's in black and white, so don't worry. You blind buggers. It came across and he just
You
jumped
mean
up.
it's on the radio?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. For all
So
those listening
what you're
on,
doing is showing a picture of
uh,
Haaland
it's just in the air
kicking
doing it, yeah,
the player in
acrobatically
the
doing
head.
it. It's worth
Yeah,
watching. It is a very, very good goal. But for all those watching on the radio, tough. Um, But it was definitely worth watching. Just go onto YouTube and watch it. Yeah, 5 second clip or whatever. It is very good. The fact he jumped. I mean, look how high he's got his leg, and he's jumped, and the ball's coming over, and he's touched it, and it's just gone straight in the net with the side of his foot. It's gone straight in the net. It is a good goal. So it's
very
worth.
impressive. He's a very impressive marksman,
He's a
but he
very good
hasn't scored
footballer.
for
Shame
three
he's just an ugly.
consecutive league games for
No,
those
he's
who have him
buggered
as
up
their
all.
fantasy captain.
But it's still too frightening to take him off, captain, isn't it? Although
Well,
this week I think you have to.
this week you got to leave him on because they're
Yeah.
playing Southampton at home.
Southampton, yeah.
I mean, if
Yeah.
that's not a guaranteed 6-0 win for City, I don't know what is.
Yeah. So,
Um,
but yeah, the last few weeks, anyone who's been brave enough to not have him on has done well.
it's got away. Yeah, if you've had Salah
Yeah.
or somebody else, I actually had a good week. I got a
I was,
green
I
arrow,
was just about to
Michael,
say, look, I've got rid of my green arrow in here, so I don't know where it's going.
and I won my. Thanks to Rob Percy for only scoring 15 points this week, I managed to win my Champions League game and got 3 bonus points.
Well done. Well done.
So I've actually brought myself back in our group, my group. I brought myself back into contention. So I'm
Well
really
done.
quite happy about that.
Yeah, I got a green arrow as well.
Did
So,
you?
we've done well. Yeah, I've gone up. I did get a 19th. I was about 29th, 30th, but I went up to 90th, but I've dropped back down after the whole weekend to 23rd or something. So I've gone up.
That's
Unfortunately,
impressive. I'm still in the 60s.
oh yeah,
So
you're on the second page. You're on
I
page.
am on the second page of our 50. They
Yeah,
only put the top 50 on the first page, don't they? It's really annoying.
yeah. What a shame.
But
How long since you've been in that top page, by the way? Have you been in
it's a
there this
long. You start the season, I was there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Not
first
much of
couple of
that
games.
season, was it? I think you've really got to change your name.
Then I went downhill. For those who are listening on the radio, I'm pointing downhill. That's where I've gone.
You've got to change your name for next season, though, because your grandkids aren't going to like that. Since kids are going down.
Since kids are going down. I know. I don't think though it's the name that's
I think
holding
it
me
is.
back.
Since kids run for the hills, it should be.
You mean so if I change the name, my fortunes will change?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I'd like to think that's true.
I don't know about your fortune.
I don't think it is though. I do. I like the fact that he hasn't noticed Campbell. I'm clawing points back on him each week.
Has he not had a go at you yet?
No, he's still ahead of me, so I can't argue with him yet. But he took a -12 this week. Yeah, he's back to his old. I'm sure he doesn't listen to this. He's back to his old habits of just taking minuses. Anyway,
right.
What else, Michael?
Well, I've got a little story.
I've been devoid of most football this week. I watched the Arsenal Champions League game against I don't know, Shakhtar Donetsk or whatever. And it was an interesting game, I thought, in the sense that Arsenal started off as Arsenal. They played quite well for the first 15 minutes, then dropped to the level of the Ukrainian pub side they were playing. And then in the second half, missed a penalty to go 2-0 up. And we had a 15-minute squeaky bum time where Shakhtar Donetsk played at a level above Arsenal. So it's like we had plummeted as far as you could possibly go. It's a good tactic by
when you're naming that team, it sounds like a one player. When you're naming it, it sounds like it's a player. Shakhtar.
They only have one player. They have one decent player, and he
when you
decently.
Say what they're called.
Shakhtar Donetsk.
It sounds like it's Shakhtar Donetsk. It sounds like that's the bloke's name.
Well, it's not. It's a place. Donetsk is a place in the Ukraine, probably overrun by Russians as we speak. They don't play any of their home games in the Ukraine, as you can imagine.
No, pretty difficult. Well,
And
West,
you can imagine that some of those footballers, right? They're thinking, okay, as long as I keep playing football, I don't have to go to the front line. But as they get older and they're getting closer
yeah,
to retirement, they're like, how can I string this out for a few more years before,
can't run
will
as
the war
fast.
have ended
Yeah,
before I have to go and fight?
that is true. That is true. Well, we haven't got a lot to say about the old thingy this week, have we? But I've got a little tidbit of a story for you.
Oh, okay,
But
go on then.
but but I'm gonna have to go into disguise. There you go. I've gone into disguise when I say it because I
For
don't know if
those
it's
who are listening, or as Michael says, watching on the
the
radio,
radio,
he's now wearing a bear's mask.
so that no one
Okay.
knows who
Okay,
I am.
Mr. Bear. Where
Mr.
did
Bear.
Michael go? I don't know.
Well,
Must have been eaten by
he
Mr.
went for a
Bear.
shit. He went for a shit in the woods. Um, but I had a little story the other day about. And I don't know if it's true or not, but I don't know. A lot of people thought Grealish should have gone to the World Cup, and he didn't.
Ooh.
I heard a little story that apparently him and Walker had a bit of a falling out about extramarital activities, and Grealish punched him, and they had a little bit of a fight. And Southgate alleged, everything's allegedly, because I don't know. In fact, it's just what I was told. Apparently, didn't take Grealish because he threw the first punch, so he gets blamed for it. Although the other person is more in the wrong. So Grealish may have a lot of morals, which is kind of surprising. Seeing he crashed his Range Rover in COVID and whilst wearing his
Yeah.
or whatever. But he's about to have a kid himself, isn't he? Or has he just become a dad?
So when the level is of morality is based on Grealish, all is well in the world.
Oh yes, yeah. But I don't know if it's true. But that's what I heard. That's why he
Yeah,
wasn't taken to the
the
World
drink
Cup.
driving, crashing his Range Rover
Yeah,
is
nah.
not as bad as Walker's, extramarital or playing away more than he should.
Playing at home, yes.
Playing, yes, he should have stayed at home that
Yeah,
game, but he decided to play away.
he didn't
And
even go to the training ground, did he? But
no, and the thing is, he's obviously a fertile footballer. Fertile, I like that, fertile footballer, because every time he has a game away from home, he tends to score a victory in the little
yes,
bouncing baby.
yes, he
So
is. And
his family is growing. His
yeah.
families, shall we say? He
And
has more
all
than
I'd
one.
like to say is for the bear who told that little story, it's not proved. It's a totally story, so I don't
Yeah, no,
know.
it's complete and utter fabrication by
Could
Michael.
be. Could
So
be. Don't know. It's just something I was told by someone else, so I just passed it on. It wasn't me.
Walker,
Sorry, the bear. The bear passed it
I,
on.
on behalf of the bear, I apologise,
Yeah,
Walker, if you're listening, and Grealish, we also apologise to you too,
yeah. If
because
it's if
we
it's
don't need any lawsuits. Our coffers from all our advertising and sponsorship is not quite enough to pay
no,
for a
it's not
lawyer.
on the. It's not on the. Well, we've probably got to pay Agatha Wagatha Christie off or whatever her name is, aren't we?
They're not backing court because she's not paying, is she?
I
Old
think she won
Vardy.
it. I think Vardy won that. Oh, not Vardy. Rooney won that one, didn't she?
Oh yeah, she did,
Yeah.
but Vardy's not paid. So
Oh,
they had to go. They're going back to court apparently for the judge to tell Vardy that she has to pay, whilst old
apparently,
Vardy's still playing in the Premier League at age 98,
yeah. Well,
scoring
apparently
goals because his
she's been
win
seen.
bonus.
Well, she's been seen out in Saudi, hasn't she?
Oh, has
So
she?
yeah, which probably means that he's going to Saudi to get some money to pay it off, isn't he?
Get enough money to pay it off? Yeah, well, I think he'd probably get enough in a week to pay off
Yeah.
what's owed.
Talking of money, have you seen that? Who's that? Who's he? Was he the Italian manager that's gone to Saudi?
No, I didn't see that.
Oh, he's been there for 18 months and he's now
Right.
just been sacked.
Okay.
I can't remember bloody a grey-haired guy. Was he the Italian manager?
Oh, Mancini.
Mancini. He's been sacked, and they said he's still got about 2.5 years of his contract left, so he's probably going to get something like a 60 to 70 million payoff.
60 to 70 million payoff.
Yeah, to buy the rest
It's
of his
like
contract out.
it's like
All
sack
right.
me now. Sack me now.
You can spank me and sack me. I don't care for that. Yeah.
Actually, talking of, talking of, sacking, I don't care for that.
Yeah.
talking of sacking, it didn't happen, but Mourinho did his utmost best to beat Man United last night because he's now the Fenerbahce manager. Apparently, spent a lot of money and they're not doing very well in
Oh,
the league. And he went 1-0 down, got himself a red card, but they managed to come back. And so Man United have only scored from their 3 games. They got 3 points. They've had 3 draws. So
oh.
they're not even in the contention at the moment for the playoffs in the way that plays. Whereas Tottenham Hotspur are second in there.
Tottenham Hotspur.
Tottenham
Tottenham
Hotspur
Hotspur.
are
Have you just said that
second.
for James? Have you just mentioned Spurs for James to keep him happy?
Yeah, keep
He's
him
been quiet
happy.
this week, hasn't
I
he?
saw this morning in
Go
the
on.
upshot. It's quote of the day, and this is from Troy Deeney. He goes, "I could do with that 250,000 now." Troy Deeney recalls the time he spent 250,000 in 3 days in Vegas. Who
Bloody
says
hell.
footballers are overpaid?
Yeah, well, that's what I'm thinking. He did that as well. Mika Richards, he said he spent a fortune out in Vegas one weekend as well. And you think, bloody, yeah, nuts. But Troy thing, he was only Watford, wasn't he? He wasn't massively
Yeah,
paid.
that's what I mean. Yeah, he was
Yeah.
Watford. Yes, they played in the Premier League for a period of time,
Yeah, but he wouldn't,
but
he's not a £200,000 a week player. So
um,
bloody hell.
he shouldn't. He didn't deserve to be that. But yeah, who
Well, not supposed
knows?
to. Yeah,
Yeah, so
bloody hell.
I imagine 250,000 was more than a week's wages, which would have been quite distressing. And
That's
as he
like
says, he could do with it now.
that's like me blowing a tenner on some bet, isn't it? Jesus, 250,000.
Yeah,
Bless.
I
One
know.
one day we'll all be like Bill. Oh, did you
One
mention?
day. So, as far as the fantasy is concerned, I
Oh yeah.
actually want to give a shout out to Cara because she is the first female in our league to top the league ever.
Well, that just goes to show that we are all inclusive.
All inclusive.
Yeah. And
And
good,
long
well
may
done.
she stay top because then she can be manager of the month for October.
So where
Right.
was she last week then? So has she clawed straight up to or was she like
I think
second or third?
was hovering around third or fourth for some
Okay.
times, which was unbelievably impressive, given the quality of our league. And yeah, she leapt like a salmon to the top of the table this week.
So George has gone down to fourth.
I know George was manager of the month for both August and September, and he's now down to fourth.
Yeah, but he only got 32 points.
Even
And
I got that.
in fairness, Cara only got 42. The two
I know.
below got more points, but obviously she was slightly higher than them. Oh, that's good though, yeah.
Yeah. So
It's
it's
nice
pretty
that
good. Where are
yeah.
you? You're 23rd, are you?
24th. So 24th. I only got 40 points last week. Yeah. It
That's
was a
good.
bit of a slow one, wasn't it?
Now, this weekend is also round 4 of the European, our own version of the European Cup.
Mhm.
And I'm actually drawn against the Diamond Dogs, so I don't believe I should be allowed to pick the team this week. So I think you,
In
after
fairness, you
this,
should never you should never pick it anyway. After doing us 45 points
I
in
know,
one week.
yeah. Even if I did pick it this week, you can't say it's because I'm biased.
No, no,
Just
because you're crap.
rubbish.
It's because you're crap, yeah.
I could
I,
make another. I could make another 12 changes this
no,
week.
I'll have a look later. I can't be bothered to look now.
Yeah, you have,
I'll have a look
you have a
later.
look. So Diamond Dogs are up against me. I'm not sure who you're playing this weekend. I've got the list to send out now, so I'll send
Where
that
are the
out
Diamond Dogs in it? Oh, we're still
after
not at
this.
the bottom. Oh, hey, we went up this
Awesome.
week. We went
Yeah,
up with 50. God, we got 57 points.
I know.
God, it actually did quite
That's
well.
because I picked the team.
Well, yeah. Keane. How does an Everton player get quite a few points? That's just
I
bonkers.
had him too.
14 points he got. So actually,
I
yeah,
know.
blimey, did well there. So they've actually gone from second or third bottom to sixth bottom now. Oh
Yeah,
well.
I know.
And they're over
Brilliant.
100 points ahead of
But I'd
who's
quite like them to do very badly this week. So if you could actually put the captaincy on, I don't know, somebody who's not going to play, that would be nice. And the vice captaincy on another person on the bench.
yeah. I'll put them. We've
And
got two injuries on the bench. Yeah.
put loads of people in that are injured. I personally would appreciate you doing that, Michael.
Okay, that's no problem.
I
I'll
need the
do that
point.
just for you.
And there's no one to collect the Diamond Dogs trophy anyway if we win.
If we win.
When we win, you and I can. That's true. So we've got two chances of picking up the European Cup this year. You and me as individuals, or you, me as the Diamond Dogs.
So what we've got is no chance then. So the
There's a lot of father-son before outperforming people.
Well, you could be my dad. You could be my dad. Old enough.
I could be your dad. Yeah, Alex and Arthur. So Alex being the dad, he's top of his group, and Arthur is top of his group. So there's, this is, and they're both quite high up in the table. So there's a bit of,
well, I've only got
father-son rivalry going on. Campbell is obviously at the moment.
I've got my son-in-law. I've got my son-in-law.
Yeah,
he's
doing all right, isn't he?
Yeah, he's ninth at the minute, bastard.
Is he? Well, we better put an end to. He's a Spurs fan, you say, yeah?
Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately. I'm just looking at his team. He's got 3 Spurs players. Oh, dear.
Yeah, I know. Annoyingly, they're doing quite well, actually. Yeah. Imposter Poglu is managing to get them victories against, average sides. I don't know who they're playing this weekend. Arsenal at home to Liverpool without half the team. I'm not feeling very confident about that one. I won't be putting that one down as a 6 win if it comes up.
Well, Ryan won't be able to come round for his usual, hello, what are you having for dinner on Sunday? Well, are you hungry? He won't be able to do that this weekend because we won't be here.
He'll want to gloat.
It's usually like, or Holly rings up and goes, what are you doing what are you doing today? Oh, you hungry, are you? Okay, come for your dinner.
Right, Michael, I think we should end this nonsense because it's one of those weeks where it's a bit of a lull. There's no international games to look forward to. All I saw was a quote from the Finland manager saying he's looking forward to Odegaard coming back. Odegaard hasn't played for months since getting injured for Finland and or Norway, I think, and now he's looking forward to him coming back for the next international game next month. And I'm like, you've got to be joking. And as I said before, we should not allow our superstars to be managed at international level by amateurs. And I think there should be a world ruling on that. And I will be taking that up with FIFA and Mr. Arsene Wenger.
Good luck. I'd like to see you talk to FIFA. I think it'll be FIFA foof off.
This podcast officially is challenging FIFA. We want a word about the quality of international team managers.
And not good enough. You might as well have a go at the FA about VAR as well.
The FA. Well, it's not the FA, it's the Premier League, isn't it? And anyway, the government are going to give somebody to look over them. So hopefully it'll be somebody who likes Arsenal, and then Keir Starmer will fix that.
Oh God.
Anyway, Michael.
All right then.
It's very late at night now. We've been on here for hours.
Yeah. I missed me playing.
Oh no! Enjoy Berlin. It's good night from me, and it's good night from him. Good night.
Good night from Berlin.